JK are back for this season of Life After Lockup, and in this episode, I learned something new. I guess if you put this thing called pre-seed, which is like this lube that helps someone get pregnant, and if you put this pre-seed in your biscuit and just put your legs up in the air and just wave them around like you don't care for long enough, then it'll help increase your chances of getting pregnant. So Brooke and JK are the two people who should not be trying to have a baby right now. They're both living with JK's mother, sleeping on an air mattress in her living room, and even Brooke admitted that they're having sex loud as hell and they know that the mama could hear them. Plus, it's not just JK's mom living there. She's got her man living there. She's got her roommate. You know, the one that JK and Brooke had sex in her bed the first night JK got out of prison. So that's going to be awkward as hell for them, listening to Brooke and JK moaning and groaning loud as hell every single night. And did she move her boys in too on top of this? It's like JK got out and he just took over his whole mama's house. I feel for his mom. And Brooke and JK are sitting there and talking about having a baby and how they can't wait to get pregnant as soon as possible. And Brooke was like, yeah, but I'm going to need you to go ahead and find a job. So JK revealed that with all his felonies on his record and his long prison stints, that isn't the most ideal background for somebody looking for employees to hire. So he realizes it's a lot harder finding a job than he thought it was going to be. The only job where he feels like he could actually survive on and maybe help take care of a family with is this job like driving a truck and pretty much shipping deliveries. But the thing with this job is he would be gone for weeks at a time, and Brooke and JK are not willing to put their baby making plans on hold. Brooke is not willing to compromise. She said, you just need to get that delivery job out of your head because it's not happening. Because there's no way I'm going to be home alone with a newborn while you're gone on the road for weeks at a time. I'm not going to tolerate that. But she made sure she still put pressure on JK that he needs to find a job as soon as possible. And then she had to go pick up her sons. But before she left, JK was like, so are you still tracking me? And she had a little crooked, evil smile, and you could tell she's still tracking him. I think that's something that Brooke pretty much mandates in order to be with her. You have to be willing to be tracked at all times. And I feel like she's going to track that man as long as she can until he physically stops her from doing it, like until he removes himself from the app, or I guess it's the phone she's tracking him from that she bought. So until he goes and gets his own phone by himself, she's going to keep tracking that boy. So she went to go pick up her sons, and then JK's mom finally felt comfortable enough to come out to her kitchen, and she's like, look, you're taking over my whole house, and I didn't agree to this. I am not happy with this. Have you noticed that I'm spending all my time inside my room? And she shouldn't have to feel secluded to her own room. But JK's like, look, you know, I'm just trying to make a family. And she's like, do you understand how expensive a child is? Like, she pulled out a calculator and added up how much it's going to take to take care of a child until they're like 18. It was almost like $400,000, like $350,000 or something around that. Brooke and JK are so damn delusional. JK does not have a job. He lives off donating plasma, and they said he gets like $100 the first 5 times he does it, but he's already donated a couple times already, so he only has 3 more times left. He gets $100. Then after that, she's like, I think he only gets $80 a piece. I don't know, like, I used to know people who donated plasma like 4 years ago, and back in the day, it was never that much unless they're paying real good out there in Texas by where she's from. And she's like, after that, it's only $80 every time, I think, and he can only donate twice a week. So at best, he might make $160 a week, and that's not covering the gas that he has to spend getting there and back twice a week. that's not going to go very far. And this man thinks he's going to have a child and be able to support a child off that right now. And then he went and looked for trucks, and he was looking at this $25,000 truck, and he's like, yeah, I really don't got that right now. It's like, okay, you out here wasting this poor guy's time when you know you can't afford this truck off freaking plasma donation money. You know, I used to think Brooke was delusional, but now I'm just realizing she's not the only delusional one in this bunch. JK is just as damn delusional. And then we see Brooke, and she goes to meet up with her roommate, which is the girl that she met through JK. And like, this girl's actually closer with JK than she is with Brooke. And she meets up with her at this restaurant she works at. And she's like, girl, there's something on my chest, and I have no one else to tell this to, so I really need to tell you. And she's like, okay. And she's like, but I need you to promise me you are not going to tell JK, because I haven't told JK yet, and he will leave me if he finds this out. So I was like, oh my God, is she pregnant with another man's baby? Did she cheat? Like, I'm thinking the worst of the worst. And she asked her friend not to say anything, and her friend's like, oh, don't worry, I promise you confidentiality. Whatever JK tells me, I keep it between me and him, and whatever you tell me, I keep between me and you. So after she promises she's not going to tell JK, Brooke trusts her enough to tell her, and she's like, yeah, girl, so I lost my job. I'm sure many of you guys remember we saw Brooke, and she was tracking JK, found out he was at Alex's house, and that's when she stormed out of her job. She had a job like helping her mom at this store that she has. It kind of looked like a boutique or a thrift store, which is awesome that you get to work with your mother. But she abused that. She walked out, and I think she thought, okay, this is my mom. She's going to give me another chance. But I'm glad her mom didn't give her another chance, because she has shown that she's prioritizing dick over her job and everything else. And she can't trust JK. She said she feels like she can't look away from JK, or he might go be with Alex or somebody else. That's why she feels like she has to live with him on this air mattress in his mama's living room. If you feel like you have to be with him 24/7, then that tells me she'd be willing to walk out of another job, whether it be with her mom or somebody else. She's willing to risk it all for this man. And it's like, I guess you guys are just going to have to be unemployed together. The girl has $23 to her name. JK doesn't have a job. She doesn't have a job. And wanting to bring a baby into all this is diabolical. You can't trust this man going around the corner for some milk without cheating. But you want to put on pre-seed every night and put your legs up in the air and try to have some babies with this man. It does not make any sense. And where's the baby going to go if they end up having a baby? Is it going to sleep on the air mattress in his mom's living room too? Like, come on. Like, I feel so bad for his mom if he really does end up doing that and bringing the baby into the mom's house too. Oh my God, the mom's never going to get her house back if they end up doing that. And so she asked her friend not to tell JK, and she's like, I promise you, girl, I got you. But of course, as soon as she left, that girl was already texting up JK saying, hey, you need to come up here now. I got some tea I need to spill. And she's going to let JK know that Brooke does not have a job. I used to feel bad for Brooke. I'm like, okay, look at this woman. She has 2 kids. Both of the baby daddies ain't shit. But you would think with the first baby daddies not being shit, she would learn her lesson and be like, okay, my next baby daddy I have, I'm going to make sure that I really take my time to make sure this is a good person. I'm going to make sure that they're stable, that they can actually afford to take care of themselves and the child. But here she is trying to get impregnated by a man who can't even take care of himself. And yet she expects him to take care of her and her boys and a whole nother child. Plus, when you have a baby, you gotta chill out. You can't be sitting there driving around town all crazy with the baby in the back seat, tracking JK and trying to see what he's doing with Alex now. And you know that's exactly what she's going to get stuck doing. Like, she's just asking to be another single mother, or she's just asking to take on another child to take care of, and that is JK. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.